Hello and welcome to Arirang News Break, live from Seoul. I'm Han Daeun. Is it this week or next week? Many of our viewers here in Korea might be wondering when this deadly heat wave will be over. Well, we have some good news. The scorching temperatures are finally expected to recede starting this Friday. But the weather agency also expects a series of autumn typhoons to hit the country next month. Our Kim Jung-soo starts us off.
The prolonged heat wave in Korea will finally come to an end on Friday with the help of a much-needed shower that's expected to affect the central and eastern parts of the country. The Korea Meteorological Administration predicts the rain will bring the temperature in Seoul down below 30 degrees Celsius for the first time since August 1st, though by just 1 degree to 29. But on Saturday, the mercury will drop even further to 24 degrees in the capital. Unfortunately, the cooling effect won't extend to Daejeon, Daegu, or Gwangju, which will all see temperatures of around 31 to 32 degrees on Friday. The weather agency also released its general forecast for the upcoming autumn season. It said there is a high likelihood of higher than average temperatures in September and October due to the phenomenon known as La Niña, which is marked by below average sea surface temperatures across the east-central equatorial Pacific. November, on the other hand, could have lower temperatures than the same month last year. The weather agency also says Korea will see between 8 and 12 typhoons this fall, with the first one likely to affect the country in September. Kim Jung-soo, Arirang News.
The Defense Ministry says the Lotte Sky Hill Country Club in Seongju County would be a suitable alternative location for deployment of the THAAD missile defense system, though they may face resistance from the country club itself. After analyzing the golf course, the ministry said the area behind the first hole would be the most desirable. However, officials from the country club said they're worried that if THAAD is deployed to the area, it could lose nearly 40% of its customers. Lotte has not issued a formal complaint. The country club is located roughly 18 kilometers from the Seongju County office and is far from populated areas. The Defense Ministry agreed to consider an alternative location within Seongju County instead of the original location at an anti-aircraft missile base after Seongju residents filed a formal request. At the National Assembly, deliberations on government-proposed budget supplement came to a complete standstill yet again as the ruling and opposition parties remained at loggerheads over what process should come first. The ruling Saenuri Party argues the budget review process should come first, while the opposition parties insist that preparations for hearings on what exactly caused the financial troubles in Korea's shipbuilding and shipping industries should first be ironed out. The budget supplement, worth roughly $9.7 billion was initiated in part to mitigate the impact of a restructuring drive targeting both industries. The ruling Saenuri Party reiterated that it wants the budget bill passed as soon as possible so that it can have the maximum effect on the economy in the second half of the year. The main opposition Minju Party of Korea stood firm on its stance that it can't approve the budget until the ruling party agrees to call key economic policymakers, including former Finance Minister Choi Kyung-hwan, to the two hearings. The opposition party said the multi-billion-dollar budget is only necessary because of the decision the policymakers made at a secret meeting last year to spend some $3.8 billion in state funds to prevent the already ailing Daewoo Shipbuilding and Marine Engineering from becoming insolvent. The People's Party agreed the hearings should be used to review the decision-making process. Sales at Korea's duty-free stores hit a record high last month. The Korea Duty-Free Association says sales topped $900 million in July, up over 4% from the previous month. The figure is the highest since related data was first compiled in 2009. Sales are nearly double that of the same month last year when the country was reeling from the MERS outbreak. The number of shoppers also hit an all-time high, with more than 4.3 million people using the stores in July. That's up over 4% from June, and up more than 56% from the same month last year. It was a welcome worthy of a champion. Park Inbee, who won the Olympic gold in women's golf in Rio, was mobbed by fans, reporters, and her family as she arrived at Incheon International Airport this morning. The remaining members of Team Korea will land on Wednesday. Hwang Ho-jun has the story.
Korea's newly crowned Olympic golf champion Park Inbee is back on home soil after her gold medal winning performance in Rio. The 24-hour-plus flight was not enough to dampen Park's emotion of doing her country so proud.
This was probably the first time I've competed for my country rather than my own personal glory. When I heard the national anthem on the 18th hole, it was without a doubt the best music I've ever heard in my life.
Reporters and photographers swarmed the arrivals gate, determined to get a view of the triumphant champion. Among the crowd was Park's grandfather, who was shedding tears of joy and pride.
My granddaughter has become the daughter of Korea. I couldn't be happier.
Park was originally scheduled to return with the rest of the national team on Wednesday, but the thumb injury she has been battling all year prompted her to leave Rio a day earlier than originally planned. The 28-year-old, dubbed the Empress of Golf in Korea, has now accomplished what's being called a career Golden Slam, winning 7 majors and an Olympic gold. The medal carries extra significance as golf returned to the Olympics this year after an absence of 116 years. And this might not be the end of the golden story, as Park also said she's willing to compete again in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics if she gets the chance. Meanwhile, a homecoming ceremony that will officially disband Korea's 2016 Olympic national team will be held at Incheon International Airport on Wednesday morning, shortly after the rest of the squad returns from Rio. Hwang Ho-jun, Arirang News.
And that is Arirang News Break for today. Thank you for watching.